Greetings, welcome back to Black Bear News, where everything is connected. How y'all doing? Good to see you. We are live on Callin, Rockfin, and on YouTube. And yeah, Rudel. Lots of places are getting whacked. Lots of places are getting whacked. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit. Yeah, there's some great or terrible and great footage out of Alaska. We're going to talk about that as soon as my browser decides to do something. As soon as my browser decides to do something, we'll get on it. No. God dang it. No, dude. It's so weird. We'll start with this from Sarah Baker. Imagine a film where a fictional planet is experiencing increasingly dangerous ecological breakdown, and the most powerful world leader brags about building yet another polluting factory to pump out a product unnecessary for survival. Would you watch it or just binge Seinfeld again? Do I even need to play the video? I don't think I do. He's just saying, we're going to be the biggest producer of semiconductors and computer chips again. Yeah. If you're wondering what the disconnect is between climate change and people still doing things as if there's no climate change, it's because you can't let the economy go down. What's the discussion every single election or every single year? Do people talk about whether the economy is good or bad? Should the economy get better? It's always the economy should get better. If you actually did something about climate change, like a real thing, the economy would get worse and people would go, yay, awesome, we're on our way. But people don't understand that thing. And it's okay. It's hard. I know it's hard to understand. It's hard to, right? Because humans are just geared for growth and better and winning and survival, and rarely do humans cheer on doing less or just so maybe a good way to think about this would be like, let's excel in doing less. Right? If we really want to win the don't destroy the planet race, if we really want to win the let's make peace and love and not war race, well then that would be winning at doing less. Winning at not having to make everything a competition and competing to be the biggest, the best, the baddest. Because sometimes winning is losing. You ever experienced that in your life? You ever win something and then later on you're like, I actually didn't win anything there. Sometimes winning is losing. Sometimes being better. Here's a better analogy, I guess. Sometimes being better can be being better or bigger or smarter. By bigger, I mean a bigger person. Being a better person can involve not doing something like, listening instead of talking. Not reacting instead of reacting, right? When somebody pushes you. Right? When somebody insists that you get on the train, come on, we're going to get, and you go, nope. No, I'm not getting on that train. I'm good. Sometimes that's a win. Sometimes the win is not doing the thing. So let's try and strive for more of that, not doing the thing. It's okay. Like winning is cool. We want to win. But sometimes winning is not doing the thing. Sometimes winning is not participating, not playing the game. Playing the game and winning might actually be a big fat loss, a big fat L. You do win. G. Demarest, you don't own a car? Winner. You won the lottery. All right, let's keep going. Or maybe winning means having just enough. Having just enough for your necessities and not, having all the money I could possibly spend and more. Having more money than I could ever possibly spend. Or more things, more stuff, more, king of the mountain. Sometimes maybe winning is just being cool with not having that much. Maybe that's a higher level of consciousness. Maybe that's being a bigger person. Maybe that's being better, right? It's like, I don't need all the things. I'm totally happy. I have, food in my belly and a roof over my head. Happy. Maybe that's winning. I don't know. What do y'all think? Yeah, Mitch McConnell got booed and got why are we listening to these decrepit, aging people who don't have any good ideas whatsoever? Why are they in power? It's so weird. The world is actually the world is getting faster and younger. And while the world gets faster and younger, the United States just keeps putting up the oldest possible people. Keeps them in power for as long as possible. Because they need to hold on to that that firm grip on power. They know that somebody younger won't do it like they want them to do it. They know that somebody younger might go against the grain. Somebody younger might have different ideas or new ideas. No, let's get the guy who's been screwing people for 4 decades. Make him president. Sounds good. He can't even talk. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Can he hold a pen and sign a? That's all we need him to do. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell, gets humiliated, and he should be humiliated. Did you see the one with Biden? I'm not sure if that's a cut or not, but Biden should be humiliated. McConnell should be humiliated. Nancy Pelosi should be humiliated. Does that sound mean? No. These people are killing you. It is not mean. These people don't have your best interests in mind. They're doing whatever they want to do at your expense and trying to make all the money they can, pocket all the money they can on the way to doing it. It's reprehensible. These people should be humiliated at every turn, every time they stick their head out of the window. Boo! That's what should happen. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell gets humiliated during a speech as Kentuckians completely drown him out, telling him to retire. Mitch McConnell is the definition of the swamp. McConnell is 81 years old, has spent nearly 4 decades as a senator, and has a net worth of $35 million. A net worth of $35 million. This man has more money than he will need for whatever is left of his life. He has more money than his children need for the rest of their lives. It's time to just go away. Take your money, Mitch McConnell, and go away. He has nothing in common with the average American and is still a senator, not because he is a public servant, but because he is addicted to power. Well, it's not, he is addicted to power, but the powerful are addicted to him. He does whatever they want him. They want him to. He's a puppet. They put the hand in and do like that, and he says whatever words they want him to say. That's why he's in office. I don't know that Joe Biden is addicted to power. I think somebody talked him into this, put him up to this, or some people have even suggested, sorry for my lack of ability to speak. Some people have suggested that Joe Biden was actually coerced into this. That they had something over him so horrible. I mean, it's plausible, right? They had something over him so horrible that they insisted that he run for president. He was like, do I gotta? Oh, yes, you do, Joe. It's payback time. Oh, man. I just wanted to sit in Delaware and eat ice cream. Oh, well, let's listen to this. I want to know how this guy gets elected. It can't be because he's popular. It can't be because he's the best guy for the job. How does he stay in power? I mean, is it pure apathy? Is it because nobody shows up to vote? I just don't believe. I don't believe that he wins the vote every time. The same with Nancy Pelosi or Dianne Feinstein or any of these people that have been winning the vote every single year or every single term. I don't believe it. It's just, it can't be real, right? Because people know who they are. People understand these people are corrupt. They know who they are. They're not popular. Nobody likes them. How is it that they're winning elections? It doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. We're going to talk about some election stuff eventually today. Wow. So have you all watched these videos coming out of Alaska? Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, got a really generous donation on PayPal from Obsolete Optics. So thank you, Obsolete Optics. That was very kind of you, and I appreciate the support, man. Really, I do. All right. Where am I at? Oh, you've all seen these videos today, I'm sure. Bystanders could only watch as a home collapsed into the Mendenhall River in Juneau, Alaska, amid major flooding and erosion caused by a new glacier lake outburst flood. And this is an even better video of it. Sorry. Which is like a, from start to finish, like a time lapse. And this is even more amazing because you watch that and it's kind of hard to get the context of it, right? You could be like, well, was that erosion going on for a long time? Was that house teetering on the edge of this river bank for, the whole year, last year? It's hard to know. What the context is. But this will give you some context. This is from the Mendenhall River floods in Alaska. This happened over a span of 6 hours. Do you see how far this home is back from the bank? That is the same house. Look how far back it is from the bank. First the trees go, then the riverbank goes, and then the homes go. And I think right next to it is maybe a hotel or something. And it looks like that is also about to go into the river, or teetering on going into the river. It's definitely damaged. But let's watch, I'll let this roll. But this is really just incredible. I mean, it's pretty crazy to see. You imagine being in that house or near that house and going like, wow, whoa, that flood is really strong. Look at the trees go down. Oh my God. Like just seeing these huge trees go down is pretty awe-inspiring. And then it just keeps going. The flood gets higher. More trees go down. More trees go down, and it keeps going. The flood gets higher. The bank keeps eroding. This is only over 6 hours, by the way. Quite a short span of time in the scheme of things. This is how quickly things can turn around. And it keeps going, and more trees keep going. And then all the trees go. I mean, I don't know how many feet of land there was in front of that house. Might have been, maybe 10 or 20 yards. Bam. There was a whole bank of earth in front of that house with trees on it. You couldn't even see the house from the river. That's how many trees were in front of the house. In 6 hours, house gone. And looks like the hotel or whatever next to it is going to be gone too. That is wild. And then we'll get a quick story about this from Doomer Girl News. Record flooding caused significant damage near Juneau, Alaska. Glacial outburst flood sweeps away homes in Alaska. Record flooding caused significant damage near Juneau. Oh, there's a whole street. There's a whole thing going on behind here. Man, I'm sure these people were like, had no idea that this would ever happen. Flooding has been happening every summer since 2011, but this was the worst incident yet. So it looks like it has been, right? It's been going on every summer since 2011. So I'm assuming that means it's been getting worse, right? The flooding has been happening. It's been getting worse since 2011. And the river reached record levels due to the water originating from a nearby glacier, which is what? Melting. Why would it be melting? Anybody? Dramatic footage captured a home collapsing into the river Saturday, August 5th. The river level has since receded, to cresting nearing 15 feet over the weekend. Number of fuel tanks and hazardous materials containers have been affected by the floodwaters. All members of the public are strongly advised to stay away from the river. Anyways, the Mendenhall Glacier continues to recede. And people like to go there and look at it. Wow. Let's go watch the world fall apart. That'll be great. Sounds like a great trip to me. Suicide Basin was once the home of a small glacier, but it has melted in recent years and left behind barren rock, where rain, snowmelt, and cement accumulate in the spring and summer. When the water level reaches a certain threshold, it builds up enough pressure to force its way underneath the Mendenhall Glacier, draining into Mendenhall Lake in a glacial outburst flood. A prolonged stretch of wet weather could hinder cleanup operations around Juneau. Anyways, so that's how and why it happened. Wild, right? In Europe, things are definitely weird. There are forest fires in Spain, hailstorms in Germany and Italy, massive flooding in Ibiza. Ibiza has some significant flash flooding yesterday. I wonder at what point the public realize their futures are not going to be what they have been led to believe. This is from Matthew Todd. The potential endpoint is the collapse of our food systems. Lots of F words in this, FYI. So these are people, I guess, that came here for some, hello. They came here for some vacation time, I guess. Anyways, this is what the temperature anomaly map looks like in Europe. Very cold morning in some parts of Europe today. Whoop. Hold on. Or maybe I don't have to hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me get that back. Hey, what the heck? Oh, I see. Wrong one. Here we go. This is what it looks like in Europe. Sorry. Temperature. God dang it. I did it again. Hold on. I have so many tabs open. If I just hit the tab in the wrong place, it closes. Stop doing that, please. Very cold morning in some parts of Europe today, especially in France and Italy. Tomorrow can be even colder in Italy with local ground frost below 600 meters above sea level. Wow, how's that for a broken jet stream? So look at the very hot parts here, very hot in Russia, super cold in the middle of Europe, UK, France, Germany, etc. I'm sure crops are having a good time surviving in that kind of weather, right? It was really hot a couple of weeks ago. Now it's really cold. I wonder how the crops are doing in Europe. Oh, and then this is what's going on in the German city of Reutlingen. After a severe hailstorm coated parts of the city with up to 30 centimeters of ice on August 4th. August 4th in Germany. Totally normal. Not weird at all. Not weird at all. So, you know, it's the ongoing. I mean, in my mind, this has got to be the biggest story. You know, there's all these other stories going on, and we'll talk about some other stories going on. But I mean, if you're just paying attention to what is going on around the world as far as like wild weather events, this has got to be somewhere high up on the list, I would think. Anyways, I think I'm going to, let's see. Just trying to figure out what I'm doing. Where I'm going to go next, but while I'm doing that, the best possible ways to support the show are paypal.me/Kevin Sandbloom, Venmo at Kevin Sandbloom, Cash App at Red Llama Music, and buymeacoffee.com/BlackBearNews. Those are very most direct ways to support the show. There's also super chats, super rays, tips on Rockfin, tips on YouTube. Greatly appreciated. Urban Hermit on Rockfin says, my climate skeptic sister had to end her holiday in Austria abruptly because the place got flooded. Just made it out in time. Sounds like a lot of people are having those experiences on their holidays. Whoops. But that's been going on for a while. That has been going on for a while. I actually have seen quite a few friends over the last, let's say, 3, 4, 5 years. All right, we're going to Bali. All right, we're going to, Italy, Australia, somewhere. And then like the next day, they're like, all the flights are canceled because the weather is really crazy. Whoops, guess I'm not going. Or they get there and they're like, oh, yeah, we got to go. We got to leave because this isn't happening. All right. Hey guys, keep it civil in the chats. I don't know if you guys are just kidding. I know people can be funny. But let's keep it cool in the chats, if that is indeed uncoolness. All right. Well, yeah, I want to talk about some other issues. Just interesting stories. We know what's going on with climate change. We know. And we'll be back here tomorrow to talk about it. That's not going to change. As far as I know, I'll be here at the regular time tomorrow of 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time until further notice. But I'm going to switch over to Rockfin right now, y'all. So everybody, please join me on Rockfin. We'll talk about a couple other stories over there, or get into some other things that are going on that could or could not be YouTube friendly. All right. So YouTubers, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you on Rockfin.